Salute. Today we're going to go over this Chapter 3 review assignment lesson. There's still some struggles with when to use these endings for nouns or adjectives. So let's try to clarify some of that today. These are your first declension noun endings, and these are your second declension noun endings. Going over to the vocab, you know a noun is second declension if it ends in R or US. That makes it a second declension noun, and if it ends in A, it's a first declension noun. Okay, then adjectives, like the words for greedy, or the ones we had, or a few, or Roman, they can get any ending, all these endings, depending on if they're describing feminine or masculine nouns. Okay, so in number one, and we're going to go over this, I'm just going to say it out loud. All right, and then I'll type in the into Latin. So number one, multi and agricolae go together. And so this means many farmers. Now, why do they have different endings? It's a good question. So farmer, let's go over here and take a look at the word for farmer. It ends in A, so it's first declension, all right, which means it gets these endings. So nouns are limited. They're only part of one declension. They can't switch around. So farmer can only get these endings. However, and what's tricky is that the adjective, I'm sorry, go back to this. The noun, and this only happens with a few nouns, but is masculine. Okay, so to describe the farmer with an adjective, we need to use these endings. So that's why many farmers go together. This I here is masculine to describe the farmer because farmer is masculine. So many farmers, and then our verb, have, and then this is fields, all right? Using OS here, it's the direct object, and field is a second declension noun. Many farmers have fields. All right, number two, habeo. The verb ends in O, so we only know 6 verb endings so far. OST, mustisent, so that's I. So I have, and then these two words clearly go together. I have a few friends. Sometimes it's effective to do that. I have a few friends. Okay, number 3, money is your subject. That's a first declension noun. Anytime you just see the A, it's probably the subject, and you can start with it. So money, here's your verb, satisfies, and then all 3 of these words have the same endings. They all go together. Money satisfies greedy Roman people. Greedy Roman people. Number 4, the boy is my son. Okay, everything is nominative. You're technically describing the boy, so there's no direct object needed here. The boy is my son. Number 5, the verb ends in S, so that's got to be you. Do you love your daughter? Okay, we know it's a daughter because that's a feminine ending. Do you love your daughter? Okay, now, the thing that most people are struggling with, going into Latin. So the boy, it's the subject. We just got to look at our vocab, and the word for boy is puer. So we just do that. Has. All right, so the verb to have, we look at our vocab. It's an ERE verb. And we need he, she, it, because the boy is the he, she, it. So HABET. Now the boy has many friends. So the word for friend, now the word for friend, we don't know the gender of these friends, so it could be, a few nouns could be either first or second declension. So there's a couple of right answers here. Multos amicos or multas amicas. Okay, either way, you want the direct object because it's coming after the verb, it's what they have, and it's plural. All right, number 7, we have a large field. So we have, that's our verb. It's an ERE verb, and then we put the we ending on it. So we're all good there. All right, now a large field. So we look at, whenever you have an adjective and a noun, I always do the noun first, all right, because the noun is limited to just being whatever declension it is. So field is a second declension noun. All right, it's the direct object of the sentence. All right, so we want UM. I know we haven't really discussed this, but field drops the E, and it looks like that. A few of you got that. And then we want large to just match it, okay? Because field is masculine, so we want the ending to be masculine. Okay, number 8, the Roman farmer is not greedy. So in this one, like I said, always do the noun first, which is farmer, all right? That's a first declension noun, but it's masculine. So Roman, the adjective, actually uses this US. All right, the adjectives don't use that R form. I know some of you are confused with that R form. That's only reserved for words like boy, puer, or vir, man, or ager, field. Most second declension things will have that US right there. So the Roman farmer is, you do est, not, non, and then greedy, another adjective. We're describing the farmer still, so we want it to be this US, the same that we did with Roman. All right, a few men. All right, so men. Okay, it's a second declension noun, so we're going to do this I ending. Okay, it's subject, it's plural. All right, and then a few should have the same ending. Let's keep everything lowercase. A few men have, so you want they have. And then wisdom is our direct object. Wisdom, a lot of you forgot, it's right here. So we see this A, that makes it a first declension noun. All right, and we're going to use our first declension endings. Oops. All right, it's what they have, it's our direct object, and it's singular. So sapientiam. I have a few sons, so I have is all the verb. O means I. And then a few sons. So the word for son, let's go over to the vocab. Filius, all right, it's a second declension noun, I can tell by the US. So we're limited to these endings. Okay, it's plural, and it's the direct object. So filios. And then a few, let's go back to our vocab, the word for few. And we want it to match up with sons, like that. And that's how that looks. Okay, they both have the OS ending. They're the same case and gender. I have a few sons. Okay, all right. Hopefully you followed me on that. And we're going to do a little bit more practice, okay? Thanks for tuning in, and I will say walite to you. Bye.